My name is Kandice Chua, and I'm Chiang College batch 1998, and I'm a high school math teacher here in Claremont, California. The city of Claremont is just outside of Los Angeles. We are about an hour east of downtown LA. I have taught all levels of math subjects, starting from like remedial math to Algebra 1, pre-calculus, IB math, um, and currently I'm teaching advanced placement calculus, which is like a college level class, but taken by high school students. I love being part of Chiang Kai-shek College family. This is where I had my first formal education, nursery. This is where I graduated high school. This is where I had my first teaching job. I just love the amazing connections that I built within these schools with my classmates, my teachers, my counselors, the administrators. This is the place that um, really inspired and influenced me to become an educator. So when I was in your shoes, about to graduate from Chiang Kai-shek College, I remember thinking about what major or degree should I pursue. I kind of knew growing up, I had it in my mind that I want to become a teacher, but there's always a small voice in the back of my mind asking, do I really want to become one? So I eventually went to De La Salle University for my bachelor's degree. So I got a double degree for education in computer application and BS Math. And then after I graduated, I applied to Chiang Kai-shek College for a teaching position. And luckily, they offered me a job. And I taught math and computer in Chiang Kai-shek College. After a year of teaching at Chiang Kai-shek College, I knew this is for me. I want to pursue this path. And I have the passion of being a teacher, of doing this job. And I think I'm quite good at it. But I felt that there's something still missing. I want to become more independent. I want to learn and explore more. I want to travel. So luckily, I have a very supportive parents and brothers. And no matter what I have decided, they were there to guide me and support me. So I went to Boston University in Massachusetts for my master's degree in educational management. I work at their admission office while finishing up my degree. The plan at that time is that after I graduate with my master's, I will go back to Manila, manage a school, or even start my own school. However, Destiny have different plans for me. One of my professors encouraged me to stay for another year and try teaching in Massachusetts. Learn the educational system here, compare it to the one in the Philippines, bring the best of both worlds together. Teaching in Massachusetts, it is really so different than in schools in Manila. I mean, culture shock. Na culture shock talaga ako. Students there are more outspoken for one. Students will go from one classroom to another between periods, and teachers are the one who stayed in the classroom. Compared to that time when I was in high school, we use a lot of technologies here in US schools. I was teaching using, smartboard in pre-calculus that my first year teaching here. I was expected to teach using graphing calculators, and I haven't even used one. So, and at that time, walang YouTube or TikTok there to search for, tutorial videos. So I asked a fellow teacher for a calculator. I borrowed a calculator. I read the manual, and I just learn it with the students. It's a very nice change. I've learned how to adapt and be strong and not to be afraid of new challenges. So after teaching in Massachusetts for a year, I just enjoyed teaching, and I have decided to stay and teach here instead of going back home. But it's too cold in East Coast, especially during the winter season. So I moved to California to continue teaching here because the weather in California is really great. And I love the school where I'm currently teaching at. This will be my 16th year here in Claremont High School. As a teacher, I love interacting with students, watch them learn, watch them grow from being an awkward teenagers to a very successful and confident young individuals. Being a teacher also helps me feel young and old at the same time. I always been working with like teenagers, so that makes me feel younger. But seeing them mature, finish high school, college, get a job, start a family, that part makes me older. So teaching is not without a headache. It is not easy being a teacher, especially now, during this pandemic with all the online classes. But I learned to love both the good and the bad side. And honestly, I don't think there's any professions, job, careers without any hardship, without challenges. So, as you think about your own journey, starting a new chapter in life during this pandemic, and you have been online too for the couple of years now, and it is not easy. And give yourself permission that it's okay to not know where the future will be. So I just really want to encourage you, think about what you like to do, what gives you happiness, what motivates you. So do you like working by yourself? Are you more social? You like collaborating with others? Do you like being in front of a computer all day long, programming, coding? Do you like going outside, talking to customers? Do you like working with young kids or working at a hospital treating patients? So do you like to travel? So knowing what you like, know your strengths, but most importantly, know your weaknesses. And right now, make this world your classroom. So don't just sit back and observe. Be an active participant. And you might change your mind along the way, but it's okay. It's all part of learning. Just enjoy the journey, seize all the opportunities of learning new things. As I said, like be a sponge, absorb as much as you can, learn as much as you can, because you'll never know which direction your life will take you. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep this short. Okay. So thank you so much for your time. Happy graduation to all the seniors, senior high graduates. Jayo. And I just want to take this opportunity too to thank you, all my teachers in Chiang Kai-shek College. I would not be here where I am today without your teaching and guidance. And thank you, Mom Isidro, for inviting me to this wonderful